suffering from a very high fever. We know that, certain fevers, when it gets to a certain temperature, will, cause hallucinations to the human brain. The main thing I ask people when they describe some activity like this is, has it happened before or after? I wouldn't necessarily automatically assume that it's something demonic, just because, something you saw like that. There again, you have to take the simplest answer, and that's usually, what you're dealing with.
I wouldn't say that I've had anything waking, but I've definitely had dreams where I've felt just this real ominous pressing presence, and and it's a very reoccurring dream. I've had it since I was as long as I can remember, and in the dream I'm always running from it, and I know it's not good.
Yeah. Now, usually when you're dealing with a demonic haunting, they work in stages, starting off slow and escalating over time. If all you're suffering at this point are dreams, you haven't had any other physical activity or phenomena around the house, it's definitely something I would, question and keep my eye open for. But if you're not experiencing anything at this point, I really wouldn't put a lot of worry into it. Sometimes we go by the rule of recognition, that if you start giving a lot of recognition to particular spirits, that it will give them more power or authority to interact with you and the people in the house. So if you're not experiencing any physical activity outside of your dreams, you may want to talk to somebody that deals in that area, a medium or a psychic, and see what they pick up. But it doesn't really sound like, you're headed for trouble right now.
What are your next plans, Robert? What do you do?
Well, right now we're working with Southland Films on The Seekers. We're having our premiere tomorrow night in Atlanta. Then next month I'll be speaking at a MegaCon in Birmingham, which is surely to be a big event. They're going to have guest speakers from all over the country. So between that and the investigations and keeping things halfway running smooth, I stay busy.
Have you had any rain out that way in the last few days?
Oh, yeah, it's raining right now.
A lot?
No, it's rained steady all day. Now, 2 or 3 nights ago, we had that bad front come through, and we had a tornado about a mile from our house, but luckily no damage here.
Is Lake Lanier starting to fill up?
I haven't heard. I did hear on the Weather Channel earlier today that a lot of the areas in North Georgia and the Carolinas that were in the drought area, are getting a lot of much-needed rain. So hopefully, I don't think this will solve the problem, but definitely hope will help it.
Yeah, we've been doing some little mind consciousness experiments to get it to rain down there for you guys.
Well, it seems like it's working.
All right, let's go back. We'll take some more calls here. Next up, let's go to our wild card line. You're on the air with us on Coast to Coast. Hi there.
Hey, George.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. I went through an experience a few years back, and I've never really quite been able to grasp the intensity of it. I was asleep, and prior to that, like for the past year, or the year prior, I'd seen things out of the corner of my eyes, heard things, and this night I just had this really strange feeling that something bad was going to happen, and I went to bed. I kind of disregarded it, and I woke up instantly, like 3 hours later, with just the most intense fear that I've ever felt in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and there was this pressure on my neck and my chest, and I couldn't breathe, and I was paralyzed, probably with fear, probably with something else. I have no idea, and I could not shake it for the life of me, and I was stuck, and I kind of had to say, "Get off, get off, get off."
Yeah.
And the pressure just released, and I took this deep breath, and there was just like a patter on the edge of my bed, and I was just wondering if Robert had ever heard of anything or any incident like that.
I'm sure he has, but let's try. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the first thing that you said out of the corner of your eye, that's very predominant and very common when you're seeing things, and a lot of that has to do with your peripheral vision and how much sharper it is, and sometimes than your regular vision. The instance where you feel paralyzed in the bed, again, this sounds very similar to either sleep paralysis or what they call the night hag syndrome. There have been all stories of people waking up, not being able to move, being fully conscious, and feel like someone is sitting on their chest. So we don't really know a lot about it because there's so much controversy as to whether it is the night hag syndrome, a diabolical attack, or if it is sleep paralysis. Is this something that only happened once, or do you...
He's listening on his radio now, Robert.
Oh, okay. If he has this continually, he may want to check into it. But, again, this is some of these areas that sometimes seem very similar, but there's really no way to put your finger on it until you delve a little more into that particular situation.
True, so true, so true. Let's go to our international line. Welcome to Coast to Coast. Well, he just hung up too. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hi there.
Hello, George.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, it's James from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, James. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I called a couple of months ago with a ghost story. You might remember it. I'm a security officer, and I worked in a place, and all this was caught on camera for the most part.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And
great story.
I was wondering if he had ever heard anything like that happening. Is a ghost that came out of a stairwell as I was walking out to open up, and I just seen the ghost walk through, and then when I made the corner to the foyer area, there's no one there. All the doors still locked, everything like that. I was wondering if he had ever seen anything like that happen.
All right, let's find out. Robert?
Oh, absolutely. And do I understand, too, that one of the security cameras picked it up?
Yes. There's several security cameras in the area, and it picked the door open, the door actually opening up, but nothing was behind the door. But on another camera, you see me wave to what I thought was this person who normally comes out about that time. Exactly. But I ended up talking to him like about 8 o'clock in the morning that morning. And it was like, how did you get up without me seeing you? And he's like, no, I just came down. So I was like, well, I'll go check this camera out. And it was like, I was wondering if you had ever seen or heard anything like that before.
These entities, Robert, sound like they're all over the place.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, there have been cases in the past few years where security cameras have picked up. One that comes to mind is the car in the junkyard.
Yes, and you could see the entity going around the car.
Exactly. What I tell people... Absolutely. What I tell people is when they see something like this and they know for a fact that no one could have, pulled a trick or was trying to play a joke, along with everything else that you witnessed inside, I would say you definitely had an experience with some type of spirit. And it is a very common one. A lot of people have this kind of activity happen. They think someone's in the house or in the room or in the building, and when you investigate, there's nobody there.
Stay with us. We're going to come back with final phone calls on Coast to Coast AM. Our next Coast to Coast program originates in Seattle out of our affiliate KVI. We've got a special program with Linda Moulton Howe and her investigations. So we'll be back in a moment. We'll take final calls with Robert Honeycutt on Coast to Coast AM. Okay, we're going to take final calls. Your ghosters. Some of these stories, Robert, are absolutely riveting, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And the strange thing is I've heard very similar stories before.
All right, let's go. First-time caller line, you're on the air. Hi there. Hello, Tony.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Good, go ahead.
I'm an Italian-American from Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
I'm 21 years of age. I lost my brother when I was in 4th grade. His wife murdered him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know it. It's a terrible story, but I'm not one to judge. She had a gambling problem, and you know, it